welcome to the video diaries. This is a weekly video that I'm going to be doing. Please bear with, because I'm not used to just talking to a camera. So if my eyes are darting all over the place, then that's why. I've also got a screen here that's showing me what's on the camera. So hence why I sometimes look down. But yeah, today I just wanted to come on here to have a quick chat about what I'm doing with the brand. I'm being quite quiet with it at the moment recently, why I'm doing it, and kind of my journey on building this brand, and what my struggles are, what worries and concerns I have week by week, what my successes are, and kind of bring you along on the journey of building this. So these will be however long they'll be. I've got a cup of tea here, so actually, where is it? Maybe once I finish this, I'll finish the video. I don't know. But yeah, essentially, I got a little note of what kind of stuff I want to talk about. So, first and foremost, for people that know about Eleutheria, that know about the podcast, that have seen my content before, welcome back. Things are changing slightly. Obviously, this is a new this whole thing is something I've taken on and I'm learning on the way. So mistakes will be made. There will be different experiments I'll do, things I'll try out. The podcast is something that's still on the back burner. I really do enjoy that, but I'm looking in the future to do slightly different format of it. So at the moment, you're stuck with me just talking to the camera. So with Eleutheria, the podcast, and with this YouTube channel, it's now just Zach. That's the channel. I just want to use it as a creative outlet to put whatever I want up on Instagram or YouTube, and not have it have to be related to the brand, if that makes sense. Hence why I've changed it to just my name, and I'm using it for that. So my plan is to upload more on it, but more of just what I want to upload. And Eleutheria, the brand, the message, the concept of doing what you are interested in, and chasing them dreams, and taking them risks, and learning about who you are and about yourself through that journey. That's still what the brand is, and finding your own freedom. That's still what the brand is, and that's still the message of the brand. It's just that I'm taking a step back, and I'm realising that I don't know if anyone else has come across this when doing something new or starting a new project. I took on too much at one time. I was editing the podcast on my own. I was filming it on my own. I was doing all of that by myself, posting it, trying to promote that, also designing the clothes, getting all of that stuff sorted, getting that printed, promoting the clothes, dropping the clothes, and then on the back end, sorting out orders, posting out orders, packaging orders, all of it I was doing on my own. And I realised that trying to start a brand and coming straight out the gate with, now we're going to do... Originally I did t-shirts, which did really well. These are like the original. We don't have this logo anymore, or this design. So anyone who does have it, huge shout out. Love you guys. Thanks for the support. These won't come out again, so that's that. I've got some new designs in the works. We're doing hats. Obviously not this, but we're doing hats, caps and beanies. So that will be the next thing. I'm starting step by step. I'm going to build it up. And there's a few ideas I have for content on the way that can help promote that message. So you'll see that on this channel and on Instagram. And yeah, I feel like a lot of times with people like myself who have a lot of ideas, perhaps want to try out different things, sometimes I put too much pressure on, put myself in a box and going, okay, this is what I am, this is what I'm doing now. And then I want to try something else or experiment with something else, and I feel like I can't because I've restricted myself to one thing. Hence why I'm now changing this channel to broadly be about whatever I want to put out, because I don't want to put myself in a box. I don't think anyone else should. I think you should go out, experiment with different stuff in terms of creative outlets, in terms of interests, in terms of things you enjoy doing. Obviously, if it's crack cocaine or drugs, it's a different story, but I'm more looking at like interests. So yeah, but experiment, see what you enjoy, see what works as well, see what gets interest, and that's what I'm doing with this, and that's what I'm trying to focus on now rather than just putting myself in the box if I can only create content that matches with the message of Eleftheria, because although I know and understand that's a strong message and it's one that I do feel very confident and very proud to share, it's not everything I am. Like, I do like just making shit that I think is cool, and just I enjoy that process, and so that's what you'll be seeing on this channel. These diaries are just to, it's kind of more my own therapy, to be honest. It's just to talk about what's going on, what I'm annoyed about, what I want to moan about, basically. So they will get more smoother with time, but for now they will be a bit rambly. It's just how it is. If you want to hear about the journey or about what's going on, then that's what these are here for. I wanted to as well just cover kind of source of inspiration for the brand and for what I'm doing and for why I'm doing it. Fucking hell, one sec. So I do journal sometimes, and I'm trying to do it a bit more now, especially this year. And for the first kind of entry I had in this journal, it was something that I wanted to talk about in this, and I wanted to kind of meditate on it myself and understand it a little bit better. So I'll read out what essentially that entry was. These are going to be quite personal to me. They're kind of more as well, so I can look back and see my progress, not only on what I've built, but also on how I think and the person I am and the mindset I have, and see how that grows, which I think will be interesting to see. So if anyone wants to be a cheeky little fly on the wall for that, then please, by all means. But yeah, so this is that. Hell will be when the person you want to be meets the person you are. And I don't know exactly what I want to be, but I know more about what I don't want to be, if that makes sense. And I feel like sometimes having something to run away from is just as effective as having something to run towards. And I know what I don't want to be and what I want to keep away from, so I'm focusing more on that. I know I'm also starting to understand who I want to be as a person, so I'm following that road, as it's the only road that doesn't lead me to that concept or that idea of, say, hell. And hence why everything that I'm doing sometimes seems a bit all over the place, and I can understand that, and as an audience it will be hard to follow at times, but I'm just figuring out as I go. I'm experimenting, and I know that if I don't do this now, if I don't follow these dreams and pursue these goals now, I will constantly be left with that little voice in my head going, oh, what if you did? What if you did? And for me, that voice is just, it's such a little lingering feeling that I can't stand feeling that feeling. So I've kind of decided myself to do them things that I really think I want to do and that I really want to explore, and just see where they go. I'll read you the end of this now. Many people won't know who or what you want to become, sometimes not even you, and so you must follow your passions, interests, things that ignite your soul. This is personal to everyone. Everyone's values, dreams, interests are different, and so everyone's journey will be different. Because of this, you must know when not to listen to others and trust yourself. And there's a Friedrich Nietzsche, that is, I think I butchered his surname there, sorry man, but obviously he's not saying this, but there's a quote that he says that kind of encapsulates that idea of following what you believe in, following what you are interested in, and being confident to pursue your own personal journey despite what other people say. Because don't get me wrong, you want to take advice from people, you want to learn from people, it's how you learn new things, but You want to know when not to listen to certain people, because sometimes people won't be on that same journey and it won't make sense what you're doing to that person, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't do it. And then the quote that really encapsulates that for me is this one. And those who were seen dancing were thought to be insane by those who could not hear the music. And that was a Friedrich Nietzsche quote that did kind of sit with me, and I was like, for me personally, everyone has their own tune that they're playing by. Everyone is listening to their own thing on their own journey, pursuing their own goals, because everyone's different. No one has the same exact interests or desires. And for me personally, at this current moment in time, pursuing them interests and goals are the most important thing I can do right now, because where they will lead will answer the questions I have of understanding who I am and who I want to be. And so sometimes people can't hear that music, and sometimes people don't quite understand why you're making the choices you're making, but you have to stick to your guns on that, trust yourself and follow your soul. Do something that makes you feel something. And I think that when you do that, you not only find success, but you also learn to identify what success means to you. So some people it is money, sometimes it's financial, sometimes it's family, sometimes it's relationships. And I think a lot of people have a very black and white version of success, because that's what they've been told. And when you actually really think about it, it might not be what you want. It might not be what you want your life to be. You might see someone who's in a powerful position, someone who's a CEO of a company, someone who has money, who has fame, and you might think, I want to be them, that's success. But then you don't think about the hours of sleep they lose from having to figure stuff out. You don't think about the meetings, the constant back and forth they have to do to visit, to speak to certain people, to make certain things happen. And if you actually spent a day doing that, you might think, do you know what, sod this. This is not what I want to do. And in my mind, if that's the feeling you have, then that's not success to you. To you, success might be having a family, a nice cabin, some land, and a few animals. That might be success to you. And if you follow that, you'll always feel fulfilled, and you'll always feel like you'll know you're on the right journey, and your energies will align far better than if you followed what someone else's version of success is. So yeah, that's my first. I don't know how long this has been going. I'm not going to be keeping these for a certain period of time, just kind of until I feel like I've let out. Jeez, my cup's stuck on. I've let out and I've said what I need to say. So yeah, that's this episode. Hope you enjoyed it. I hope you were entertained by it. I don't know. Yeah, they'll be out every week. So see you on the next one. See you guys.
I don't wanna talk in the way that I am, but it's getting too hard on my brain. Take one puff, then pass it again. These meditations feel hard to explain. Can't feel calm till it rain. Lost in the sun, in the dark I'm a blaze. Stars shine bright and it blows my mind, but it's true that it's all got to start with a flame.